Happy Aloha Friday. How's it, everybody? This is Jeebs here at the Avocado Show. I am the Cado. I'm sorry. Whoops. I'm already blowing it. I'm the Abba. Everybody in the chat are the Cados. The Avocado Show. So a nice little, the name is still the same, the Avocado Show, but there's been another leap from the genesis of the word avocado into that, what I just said. Anyhow, if you are seeing this live, I want to say hi to everybody. Thank you so much for showing up. It's Happy Aloha Friday for me. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Kind of a super hot, muggy day in Hawaii. Yeah, I know. Boo-hoo me, right? But yeah, it's just kind of but I hope you guys are having some nice weather. Maybe spring is being nicer to you for you guys. I have a very full round of donos today. I am going to open up with a wheel of cheese. For those of you who do come across this on YouTube first by some weird chance, the links are down below if you want to join us on Twitch. So, or maybe just come on over for a little spin of the luck with Wheel of Cheese. So we're going to start with Wheel of Cheese. I want to remind everybody, I said earlier that we're going to make a little bit of an audible today. I don't have Queso Nuevo today for right now. So we're just going to be spinning. I'm going to do 2 spins. 2. I'll still do 2. I'm not going to cut you guys down now. A couple spins of a queso pobre. That is not the existing list, so stand by and let me populate it. Let's see what we got here. So, I'm sorry, I'm daydreaming of Meshuggah. Stand by. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, hey, look at that. This is today's cheesy wheel. Not too bad, huh, guys? This is pretty good. Really quick, I want to remind everybody that if it is your first time into the wheel, you guys decide to come in because you're lurking in the back and chilling with me, please, nothing over 7 minutes. That's just a common courtesy for everybody, so, it doesn't turn into a long thing. So, you guys ready? Let's go. Let me see if I can slow it down. No, look at that. One of our usuals. Jex Zira. Jex, are you hearing me? Look who won. You did. Oh, brah, he's not even here. Oh, no way. He's usually here all the time. He's one of our legacy Cados. So, I know, right? Brah. Okay, here we go. So the Jack wants us to, let's see right here. Let's see. Listen to why not start with metal track? Oh, this is going to be one hell of a stream. I can see it now. This is from an artist by the name of Kevin Sherwood featuring Clark S. Nova. The song is Alone. And the message is, depending on when the stream is and if there's cheese, I may not be here. That's okay, Jack. But I'm sending in another Kevin song because I'm on a roll. And this one is from Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Coming with Clark again because 1AM said he was going to send in my favorite Elena song. Must be an inside thing. All right, guys, let's do this. This is from Jack Zira. Let's see what he's bringing us to the house here with some heavy metal. It's a slow metal grower. If there's vocals on this, I like the fact that they're giving it time to come in. Kind of getting us all roped up on the instrumental. And even that synth line is very melodic. Reminds me a little bit of 80s thrash. A little lean in there by Stone Temple Pinewood vocals. Style-wise, harmonies. Kind of tame vocals, yeah? Not a bad thing, just laid back. It's got an 80s vibe mix to it, too. It sounds like the chuggy rhythm aspect of this. It's not a doubling, but a double mic setup. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Amon, it totally does. Now I'm waiting for, you know how Mustaine sings? Like he's getting his tonsils pulled through his ass. Kit sounds really nice. Wait, that was a weird note to get. You know, I really love how they drilled that hook into our head even since the beginning. You know, the synth line. But those are very Mustaine chugs, you're right. You know, Mustaine is a pretty smoking guitar player, if I do say so my damn self. I love the track. I thought it was cranking. I think we said enough during the chat and everything like that, but it definitely had the mix, the power of the vocals or lack thereof in comparison to where I thought maybe it might go. Not a bad thing, I'm just saying. Kind of reminded me of an 80s Euro mix style. Still, you know, authentically supported by metal tracks. I think the other thing for me too that kind of locked me into the 80s kind of a vibe with this, once again, this isn't a dig or anything, but the opening synth line that ended up being a through melody through the whole thing. And also I will say the last thing I want to say about this is that the mix was pretty dry. You know, the kit and stuff like that. Nice ambience, but kind of dry. And if you don't know what that is, there's something called an early reflection in an ambient setting, where it almost might sound like a slight slapback, but it might be just the light ambience of the room, if you would. I know you would say, well, wouldn't that be a room tone or something? It depends if it's manipulated or if it's handmade. I can handmade ambience on anything, you know, with a couple of, you know, reverbs and stuff like that, so it doesn't have any particular spring, hall, room, plate kind of vibe and stuff. Just a little bit of something going on there, especially the toms. So I dig that. Oh, there's Jack Zira. Bruh. It was the best song ever, man. I wish you couldn't be here, man. It was the best. Everybody was yelping, bro. I wish you could. Man, it was the best ever. It was the most explosive response ever. Welcome back. That's okay. I know, right? The one time, right? Well, my brother, you're just going to have to wait until I hit the Twitch button, you know. But it was, we were all yelling for you too. I mean, seriously, we have people from around the world here on our chat, and we were going, check Zara, check. You see, so the world was yelling for you, bro. I'm just saying. It was a great track, man, and thank you for dropping that in there. Okay, I'm gonna do one more cheesy, and then we get into it. Okay, guys. You see, Jack Zara? Look. Take a look. You see? I mean, I'm not rubbing it in, but I'm rubbing it in. Look. Check Zira. I'm just saying. All right, here we go. Oh, we got a little more cheesy going on here. Let's go. Okay, let me see if I can slow it down. Oh, maybe I'll stop it right there. Oh. Fortified Okami. Oh, I think you're even in the chat today, aren't you? There you are. Hey, Fortified Okami. How are you? What's going on? Let's see what Fortified Okami wants. Fortified Okami would like us to listen to some Chrono Trigger. Geez, there's my dyslexia. Chrono Trigger. What'd I say? Chrono Trigger. Jeez, stupid. This might be another stream for the ages, guys. Shut up, I hear you laughing. Okay, so this one is going to be, the name of the song is Outskirts of Time. This is the arranged version of Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is a classic JRPG by Squaresoft, now Square Enix, I think. And this is an official album put out, I believe, by the composer Yasunori Mitsuda, in which he decided to arrange a bunch of the tracks in the OST in sort of an acid jazz style. I always love that. Very cool album. This is one of the more chill tracks, but also one of my favorite. Well, congratulations, Fortified Okami. This is for you. This is Chrono Trigger, Outskirts of Time. All right. Ooh. Sexy. Sounds like the volume's a little low though, guys. I love this for a game. I'm just saying. Sorry guys, I got it maxed out. Is that like a sitar or a dulcimer in the back there? Yes, very Steely Dan. Now a little bit of the Brazil 64 influence. DJ, I so love that emote. love that's doubled with like the sitar. And this composer really loves the bass. Doesn't that sound like a sitar in the back? It does to me. Somebody else chime in. No. And the bass has some really nice width to it. Okay, it's not a sitar, but I knew I heard something stringy and wiry, and it was this. Uh-oh, Santana just dropped on stage. See, this is where it gets into that Brazilian vibe, like Brazil 64 for us old farts, you know what that is. I have no batteries for the fart box. We're going to have to push it back. We're going to have to hold it in, no pun. Literally rip. Yeah, Amon with No Way Out. I love this tone of the guitar, but when it was behind the bass at the very beginning, I thought it was like a sitar. It had that wiry sitar-y kind of vibe. Bass playing is so clean too. God. Plus, looking at the thumbnail, I'm hungry now. What a great track, man! Thank you so much for bringing that in. Sorry that the volume was low. If I start dicking around with the volumes while I'm in the middle of the stream, then I could have, potentially screwed up because I don't remember. I don't have an engineer here helping me, even though I should do my own engineering. Anyhow, I loved the track. And there was a really super nice combo of elements in there that kind of dated a little bit of the vibe. Like, how many of you guys are familiar with that infamous band, Brazil 64? Oh my God, why can't I remember? Jesus. I'm asking you if you can remember it. I can remember that, but I can't remember who the lead was. Who was the lead for that? I forgot. He just passed away recently, actually. Had that really nice Brazilian vibe to it and stuff. Beautiful melodies and everything in there. But this composer definitely, this is for a game. This is absolutely freaking mind-numbing, even if it was an album release. So beautifully arranged and everything. But Sergio Mendes, yes, mahalo. The composer, or at least in the production of this, in the mix, that bass was really... And actually, before I went to the hospital this morning, I was listening to something about the history of... roots reggae here in Hawaii and stuff like that, and I'm listening to some people talk about their very first experiences with reggae, where they're not too sure what it meant, but then once they dove into the cultural thing and everything, and the understanding of it and what it could mean, and also so many different levels. Why I'm saying this, I'll turn this into something. It's something that I've always recognized that was so phenomenally important in reggae, was where the bass was positioned in the mix, and how the power of the bottom and that bass was so important. In that case, by bringing that up, I felt like this composer took that same focus in this particular mix. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Hey, Banana Guy, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's get into our donos. Thank you so much for hanging out for a couple of wheelie cheesies. I've got close to 35 donos today, guys. I'm just going to go until I can't go anymore. Can't guarantee you how long I'm going to go, but we're starting, though. I have 6, 7 from the 23rd, and then I hit the numbers, from there. So if you did a dono today, you may want to, if you want to take a half hour, 40 minutes and just chill and go, do something and then come back, then we'll be on it. So, yep, that's how we do. Let me see here. Okay, so here we go. Our next song coming up is from Great Sage Sun, one of our usual suspects. And let's see, this track is, oh my goodness, one of my favorite composers. One of the exposures of my favorite composers. In other words, I learned about him on this journey. This is Borislav Slavov. The song is Rivellon. And there's something so not quite nostalgic yet deeply stirring about this track for me. It hits just right. So maybe this has nothing to do with the video game. So I'm not too sure. But nonetheless, as a composer, this guy is just absolutely fire. Let's see what we got over here. Great Sage Sun. All right. Oh, it says right there, Divinity. Okay. God, I love this setup. It's wonderful. Beautiful move right here. Very Mozartish. I love how you fatten that up a little bit with the string section. So, reading what you guys are saying here in the chat, this is kind of a sadly beautiful kind of track of sorts. So the grow in it, the playfulness, not the playfulness in it, the unique thing for me on this is listening to how lighthearted some of his melodies and counter melodies were at the very beginning and how he grows them out by maybe just starting to go slightly unison with a wider section, as you heard me say, oh, I love what's going on right here, is the strings kind of now supporting the melody. When the brass came in, it was more of what I call that golden hug. When I write in my, you guys haven't ever heard any of my classical stuff, and I haven't written for years because, I don't know, I'm just not motivated anymore. Anyhow, there's something that I sometimes when I visualize when I'm writing music, what the brass can do is bring home such the throatiness and such the girth of a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like big battles that are happening, or it could be this nice warm hug. Did I say girth of the situation? Jesus. this nice warm hug, and that's what it gave right there. It was just this really nice little, even though it lifted and started to get a little bold and stuff like that, you know. So this was an arrangement of like, you know, no, it wasn't a showy arrangement. It was just a beautiful arrangement, apparently too, with what you guys just said. I guess a part of the game that has a little bit of empathy but sadness to it or something like that, and it had that. I also love the opening with the guitar as well. Yeah, thanks, Great Sage Son. Thank you. Next up is CNC Freak 46. Let's see what we got here. We have for you our Kados here. This is a game OST. I think I may have done something from this game. I don't know why it reminds me of something, but Birdy Nam Nam. Birdy Nam Nam. Nam Nam. Not Nam Nam, but Nam Nam. The song is The Parachute Ending. And the message is, here's a fun song here's a fun song I rediscovered from my high school days, I think. A little repetitive, I suppose, but just hits all the right sounds for me. Hope you enjoy. I like repetitive. Give me something to marinate in and let the thing vibe me. I'm good with that. I don't need to be always, you know, awestruck with a lot of fireworks and a lot of little shimmy, shimmy, coke and pop. All right, let's go. Freakazoids to the dance floor. I don't know. That's just what I was feeling. A little bit of Trent Reznor-ish. Really slow attack on that. What kind of a game is this? Well, more, it feels like I ate an infected mushroom. That's what it's doing to my head. Rez wouldn't be upset that I said that. Well, it said in the description it was the game. I don't know. I guess Birdy Nam Nam must be the band. Kind of like I felt when the ENT was jamming that thing up my nose deeper. All right, let's go. That is some gritty sound there. Like some real gritty bang bang. I like how they just popped the sound open a little bit for us. This sounds a lot like patches, stock patches that are in a keyboard from way back in the day called an Insonic. That brand didn't last too long, but anybody remember Insonic as a keyboard brand? Remember those, Lisa? I think they tried to get into they tried to be a more affordable keyboard synth that had sample capabilities during the Kurzweil infusion. Yeah, Brexter, I like that description. In it. It's just this little cut times, you know. Oh, they're a French DJ crew. Okay, gotcha. I like the track in its abstract, experimental kind of vibes with the sounds they use. I think it's great where, you know what's really unique is that I find that DJs of our industry, which wasn't a thing back in the 70s and 80s and even into the early 90s and stuff, real early 90s, but they're I consider them a musician, even though they might be in front of electronics and stuff like that. They got to do a lot of very unique thing. I don't care if it's a pad or something, you got to make it work. You got to make the people move. So if you're a DJ out there, and I consider you a musician, nonetheless, all I'm saying there is that I think what's unique is some of the most experimental, coolest stuff that is what I've heard is from, electronically, is from DJs. Because they may not have a certain, how do I say this? Exposure as a composer to do things, whereas they may have they may be more inclined to work with samples or sounds and do single finger movements or a few finger stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that DJs aren't musicians. Remember I said I think they're musicians, just to what the art form is about. I find that DJs' electronic releases of stuff, excuse me, spans quite an eclectic experimental sound vibe. I'm just saying. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hardcore, are you in the house? Mr. Hardcore would like us to... Oh, we got another video game, or we got a video game here. This is a Deus Ex. Name of the song is UNATCO Ambient. No, UNATCO. Oh, forget it. I'm blowing this already. 7 Ways of Sunday. UNATCO Ambient and Conversion. The Synapse main theme. I'm sorry, I just bastardized that thing. The track is very catchy, melodic. I love the rich and lush synths they use, through the OST, to create this dark future feeling for the game. We play as Nano Enhanced Agent. Game is about politics and terrorism. Oh, so it's about 2025. Sorry, I went there. All right, I'll take cover. Incoming. Game can be very serious, but also goofy with badass one-liners, over-the-top conspiracies. Like I said. From Wiki about OST, mixture of jazz, techno, and classical influence ambient tracks. All right, let's go. You guys ready? Let's do this. Fade into neon. I like this. This is like a sneak around kind of vibe here. Like, I like the head game they're giving us with the choice of sounds and stereo imaging. This is going to be a hell of a stream, guys. I like this. This is very heady and trippy. And I'm feeling very heady and trippy because I think the gummy's starting to kick in anyhow. This is a series of cues. Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm good with that. See you, Dixon. Hey, Shock Frog, how are you? Haven't seen you in here for a minute. God, that bell mallet sound reminds me of an old Korg. Are these really screenshots from the game?
So the NSF took a
Yeah, I
shipment
love
of the
the
ambrosia
Emmys as well,
vaccine.
Pete.
Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
I'm sure you could. Yes, indeed. But we're having your brother head up the recovery team.
Code that makes sure big bureaucracy gets bigger and people have no power.
Let's get back to the subject of the missing vaccine.
All taxes are social engineering. That's always been their real purpose.
I'm not gonna stand here and listen to you badmouth the greatest democracy the world has ever known.
Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
Melania.
My vision is augmented.
What the hell were you thinking, JC?
Agent Navarro was out of line. I had no choice.
They'll have you killed. They won't even blink an eye.
Neither did I. How are the drinks here?
Great if you like red peas.
Never tried it.
Funny, this kind of, you know, as a composer, when you're giving a cultural thing to represent, like this is like a Hong Kong street vendor, you're going to write a piece of music to this, you kind of want to tie in a cultural pattern or something that's maybe associated with that. This reminded me, the beginning opened up a little bit like Big Trouble in Little China. I forgot who the composer for that was. Had a little bit of a vibe like that. John Carpenter, yeah. I love the work he did on Big Trouble in Little China. There's a subtle loop back there I really love. It's supposed to maybe simulate the brush strokes on the snare. Oops, sorry. Sounds like an old Proteus dulcimer back there. See, like that, didn't that sound like the John Carpenter move right there in composition? I think we might have one more here.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already
Appointment to
discussed
what?
the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable.
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh, yes.
FEMA, okay, he said
Most
FEMA.
certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
Hey, Vance. When was this game released? So it sounded like this last track was a little bit more of the tuntada of the, well, at least of the few songs that I heard here, that it was some big, final movement of, and then based on the narrative of whoever that guy was saying, let it kill the school, blah, 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 that it could have been this one last leaking of ooze or negativity in the game, that, the last fight or the last charge of ugliness or something like that. Had a little bit more of a, call to action vibe on a negative kind of way. But that was a really fun track. So those were all fun tracks. I love this style of doing things. I could see that. I don't know whose YouTube channel this is, but they must have put it together just to have me listen to it, because it's only 14 hours ago that this was uploaded. So I like those, just so you guys remember, if that ever comes across you again, if you do these, I guess when the kebab seller chose, some of those One Piece tracks where it's like 4 or 5 and the little ones, minute long and stuff like that, I get a better idea for the game and stuff. All right, who's next? Rotten Soundgarden. Wait a minute, am I supposed to spare Rotten Soundgarden? I forgot. Am I supposed to? Soundgarden, are you here by chance still? Oh, he left? Okay, fine. I'll skip his until later. Underwater Dojo. Let's go. And let's see what Underwater Dojo wants us to listen to. Some, well, it's under the style of classical and orchestrated. This is Thomas Bergersen of Two Steps from Hell. The name of the song is L'Appel du Vide. And the message is, hi. This was difficult because I wanted to link the artist, but I learned today that their link has a video. My mind was blown because I have never known them to make any video for their music. So it must have been personal to Thomas. I recommend fans go back and watch it later. But for now, But upon first listen, I felt it takes away from the theater of the individual mind. Ah, the theater of the individual mind. Okay, Underwater Dojo, this tis for you. Okay, yeah, now I remember now, Rotten. I'll bump yours for the next stream. Okay, here we go. Yes, Ginger, I got you too. Interstellar vibe. Change. It's kind of like, a glide into the unknown in a universe going from galaxy to galaxy. I like the artwork. There's that pseudo arpeggiation, but you might think it's strings, but the This is the hopeful part of the journey. Stars clear and love. Right? Does it kind of feel that way? Nice, grow. Every time we turn around, so it's a repetitive pattern, but the arrangements get more fuller and more robust, and you know, I can only imagine what's going on the screen here. Different ostinatos were going on there. Oh wow. Is that in her voice? That sounded great. Sounds like somebody who had really excellent guitar knowledge, playing knowledge, doing a monophonic lead. What a beautiful track, very powerful. The build on it was fantastic. The patterns were repetitive. After 16 bars, it just kept on growing a little bit more and a little more, getting us more into it and stuff like that until we get into kind of a fuller vibe for it. Somebody had mentioned earlier that it sounded a little bit like a movie trailer, which would have that kind of a build. If it was a kind of a movie trailer that was maybe shown in the movies, especially back in the day. I have been in the movies since, I don't know, The Last Supper. But as far as the tone that it set, it definitely set a tone that it was, I felt adrift. Of course, the thumbnail is kind of influencing it a little bit, but I felt like I would be adrift. It could be underwater, it could be in space or something. And that each time that the composer turned it around and added a few more arrangements to kind of lift it, I felt like maybe it was the clouds are parting or the galaxies would part, you know, the nebulous would part and there'd be more of a view, and then more and more and more and more all the way through and through. And of course, you know, the last 16 bars, except for the 4-bar letdown, was the money shot. As far as bringing it in with the vocals and stuff like that, it sounded like she had that crack in the vocals in there, but I don't know if that was her vocal or that other thing that ended up being the lead guitar-esque kind of vibe, maybe just popping in and out and starting to show its head, kind of rear its little head in the arrangements there. But I love the whole ambient ethereal vibe of it, and the journey took me on in here. And so I don't know. I'm sorry, I forgot when I read it. Was this associated with a video game or anything, or was this just a piece of work from not just a piece of work, but from Thomas Bergersen? Anyhow, let's continue on. Codex Zen. This is for you. Let's see if we can get you in here. Codex Zen would like us to listen to some metal. We're listening to some metal, guys. The name of the artist is Lordi, Lordi. And the song is Missing Miss Charlene. Lordi is a Finnish metal heavy rock band. Lordi's main inspiration for their music was Kiss, the band Kiss, and horror elements for the monster costumes and getup. So they were very much influenced by Kiss. It has to describe the band. If I had to describe the band, Kiss, Ghost, Rammstein, and Nightwish fused into one band. Oh shit! That sounds really super interesting, and quite an extraordinary roundup of talent. Okay, let's see what we got. Hello. Oh, that synth in the back reminds me of an old Jupiter patch. What band comes to mind when you hear this? Turn around. Boy, that rattling in his voice, that's really raw. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how he got that tone in his voice, Aman. Maybe that was it. That swimmy pad back there, so nostalgic. Boy, but you're right about his voice, man. It is smoke. This turn here, though, this reminds me of, oh my God. I can't put my finger on it. Can you hear the little arpeggiation, the synth in the back? That's so 80s. I love it. Not there, but the production of this is phenomenal. I mean, it just ports me right back to, full 80s. What is this?
No, she's not there.
Warrant, that's what it was. Thank you, Lacrimos. I was dying.
No, she's not there.
So Warren.
I must have
Those lyrics too are like. A little bit of a Seed of Chucky moment. Well, that definitely brought everybody back to some nostalgia world, didn't it? But Lacrimosa's Call on the Warrant. That's where I was going. Why does it sound? There's that when there was a pre-chorus. But also it reminded me of another song that was we don't da 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 da. I don't know, something in the 80s with that kind of vibe to it. It just kind of gave me a little bit of that kind of thing. I don't know. I know you guys probably have a better sense of it than I do, but I don't know when this was recorded. I was looking at this, and yes, Because of the Night. That was. It doesn't say when this was recorded. No, it doesn't. But it was uploaded in 2013, so who knows? Exquisitely 1980s. That just transports you right back into, like, you know, high tops with really skinny jeans, and, you know, big hairspray hair, and, you know, pink rolled up shirts and stuff. I mean, I never wore any of that stuff. I'm just saying. It reminds me of that. Little applets and stuff. But it was done in 2008? No, really? Well, they did a great job, though. Quiet Riot's another one. Yeah, and Twisted Sister. Yeah, all of that. That whole thing, like that whole little, you know, put that ball of clay right there in the middle of the spinner, and just, you know, it's a whole ball of those guys. That's for sure. What did I wear in the 80s? The same shit I'm wearing now. I haven't changed a damn thing about me. 501 jeans and a t-shirt. The only thing that's changed on me is shorts. You know, the design of shorts, surf shorts. You know, scallop, 22, 18-inch, 17-inch scallops, like the old OPs and stubbies. And then it got really too long. Then all of a sudden it became little dresses, you know, where the shorts were really long and under the knees, and I hated those because they'd wrap around my large leash for my surfboard. But yeah, that's the only thing that's changed. I swear to God, I didn't. No disco outfits, no high tops, no rolled up, nothing. I was through and through a surfer. People used to laugh at me in the 70s because I had Ugg boots on. They thought, what do you think you are? You think you're from Alaska? I go, no, man, these are really cool, and I love changing into them when the water's cold. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have bought stock in that freaking company. Anyhow, next up, Longomalos. Longomalos would like us to listen to... Oh, how funny. The song title... You see, this is how the universe works. The song title is Dumb Surfer. And, excuse me. And the band is King Krule. Nothing to say, just enjoy. You know, Longomalos, thank you so much. That was perfect timing on this. So I guess that just fit so right into what I just got through saying. Like, he's just a dumb surfer, man. He wears his Ugg boots, man. You know, Jeff Spicoli. Okay, here we go. I'm just saying. Fine. Pre-coffee zombie look. That sliding seventh. Bruh, that guy. You see his eye? Such the hangover music. Like, listen to this, making your Bloody Mary and going to In-N-Out Burger and getting a double-double with an egg on it. You know if you know. No, it is a real interesting mix. It's like the accents from Essex. I mean, I really don't know. I should ask Snake, but he's not here. A little bit of a Radiohead vibe, yeah? No way, Lacrimosa, did you? How cool. Look at this guy. His eye. What a trippy, like, Song of the Dead. What a great mix, too. The whole thing was, I mean, this is only 7 years ago, so, you know. Oh, yes, going back for more. I like the whole laid-back aspect of it, the B-52 vibe of it, but obviously, you know, a lot more modern day in its experimental kind of composition style. Obviously, they were making, you know, a point with the video to make it be as kind of hungover molasses-y kind of vibing that you got going on there. And but they did dance around some very light and fluffy chords. They were moving around some major sevenths in there that was kind of sexy. So it was kind of sexy acid, post-hangover, hair of the dog that bit you. You know, take only half a bong load, make that bloody martini, go chill, relax, go to In-N-Out Burger, and go to Lacrimosa's In-N-Out Burger and get that double-double and chill. But I like the laid back. The whole thing was just kind of gluey. I also I think was it SB was mentioning it, that the mix had a gluiness to it. So it kind of gave you that sappy kind of not quite defined a lot of things. I mean, the drum was obviously defined, but it just had a very swimmy kind of molassesy vibe to it, is what I'm saying. Weird 90s. I like the way that you say it. Super cool. Super loco. Weird 90s. All right, next up, let me see what we're going to do here. The Kebab Seller is coming in with another one piece. Kebab Seller. Let's see what Kebab Seller wants here. Kebab Seller would like us to check out. This might be a 12-inch dance remix. He likes to send in the ones that are Has a couple of small little tracks in it, as I really enjoyed that journey. So this is one piece. The song is called Sanji Themes. It's a collection. This is a collection of themes of a certain character named Sanji. He is a top-class seafaring chef who then joined the pirate crew as a cook. He always has a cigarette and wears a suit, and fights by only using his legs as a cook's hands are precious. I like that. The first half of his chill themes. Oh, wait. Did I get that right? The first half are his chill themes, while the latter half are his different fighting themes. All right. Let's go. Some more. Oops. There we go. Hello? I'm sorry, something went wrong. Stand by. There it is. Some more One Piece by Kabag Seller. Let's go. I'm getting West Side Story vibes, the original cut. This could be used in so many different scenes, collar up, smoky background, alley, hat down, not really seeing the face. Super smooth, sexy bop. Right, Amon? Sharks are right behind him. It is a nice dance. Bass, xylophone, piano, snaps. His little whimsical horn section. I just love the sauntery of this piece. It's like when you're leaning in, whispering a little something to the girl at the smoky bar. Xylophone, I love that. Do. Yeah. I was kidding. I didn't know that was the end. Yeah, he looks like he would be that kind of like, hello, mama. So that's his character basis, as being super sexy, cool, ladies' man kind of thing. Oh, he thinks he's that. Okay. Everybody else rolls their eyes. Well, the music's great. Kind of reminds me, I hate to say it this way, but like at the bar, back booth, slight makeout session after a few cigarettes, you've been drinking some Cavassier or something, just kind of that sexy, like half dazed look into each other's eyes, kind of, hey, yep. Well, as a chef, of course, he's got a finite vibe, which is unique because the music that they've been composed for him is a little bit more meat and potatoes, if I do say myself. organ sneaks up right there. The keyboard, not his. I'm thinking. See what else we got here. Oh. I just cooked this Michelin meal for you. It has the essence of Rivellon and Birdy. This sounds like first class Titanic movie. Kind of quintetish. Maybe sextuplet. Best line of the movie, DR. That was nice. Big twist from the early tracks. Now we're back into the Now we're getting into that little big band vibey. Oh, I like that synth. Little Benny Goodman vibes here. You know, if you know. This is arranged really well. Not that the others weren't, I'm just saying. Somebody put the fire out on his foot. Oh, it just keeps going. This is boss battle level up. Boy, he sure does have a lot of musical representation to his character. Ooh, nice, sexy funk, yeah. Legato run there. That's good. Out of the box, out of the pocket. Little bendy legato with that. Is that it? That. What's this? Is this a little teaser at the end? Little Cowboy Bebop vibes too, maybe? Gotta leave us with the snaps, right? That wasn't me. What a kebab seller. That was such a great character kind of breakdown in that music format like that. The takeaway from this character is, I guess he thinks he's super sexy. The bass line of all of everything is very coy, very slick. You know, a slight bit of untrusting, if you would, you know, with everything that was going on there. Everything always had this kind of sassiness to it. But I guess the theme, like, and also watching everybody with their comments and stuff like that, it's like he thinks he's somebody. He thinks he's all that. He thinks he's all that super sexy and stuff like that, which I guess really plays into the character really well. But the whole, you know, Benny Goodman, big band, swingy vibes and all that, at the very beginning with the snaps, it did kind of remind me a little bit of when the Jets and the Sharks were starting to go at it, or at the beginning of that scene in West Side Story, one of the originals. But I love this idea of putting down, sending in music for me to listen to, all of us to enjoy. It's like a single character breakdown of all the little songs there. It kind of gives you a really good vibe of who they are. So if I ever do see a one-piece piece, then I'll be able to piece it together. I'm sorry. Ban me. Just ban me. Thanks, Kebab Seller. Have a great weekend. Happy Aloha Friday to you. Next up, A Coral Reefer. A Coral Reefer, is you here? A Coral Reefer would like us. There you are, man. How are you doing? This is Osi And The Jupiter. The name of the song is Fjorgyn. Fjorgyn. So Fjorgyn. The message is, hey, Jeebs, if you're struggling to pronounce... You knew I was going to struggle to pronounce it, so you put it in the message. I should have read the message first, but I didn't. I did that. So here we go. If you're struggling to pronounce it, don't worry. I don't know how it's pronounced either. Okay. Anytime I hear the song, it always puts me into a Zen state. Reminds me of being put in a wilderness where everything is calm and open, disconnected. You within a modern world. Not sure what genre this is specifically, but it fits the folk Viking type vibe. Okay, Coral Reefer, thank you so much. Also, a nice, kind donut. Donut. Jesus Christ. Hey, Maestro. How are you? Uh-oh, I'm stimming. I did say donut, didn't I? This is beautiful. Reminds me of the video game Journey. gives me like that Arabic sandy nights, a full moon. Drifting clouds kind of vibe. But you know, it's got that, you know, they're hovering over that tonic, or at least that drone. I don't know if this tonic is what there's a tug of war between the sadness and the journey of it, if you would. There's that pedal note again. Is that a C? E flat. And my head's off. Well, I don't have perfect pitch. But even through this change of E flat, that drone could have stayed there. Is there anybody out there? Very meditative. They put a rhythmical pattern in it because I was starting to fade. Yeah, Mandrix, a beautiful track like this. There's so many different video games we can imagine something like this being in. On its own, without a doubt, it was a beautiful track. And when I say on its own, it's because, you know, we get wrapped up. I now have become, you know, as I've been going through this journey here on this channel with you guys, I've become kind of like that guy that now will listen to a piece of music and I mean, I still marinate in it, but I start to go, what game would this be good in? Or where does it feel? I mean, well, we are on Twitch. There's a lot of gamers here that do that as well as musicians. But I know that Amen had mentioned, or I guess Witcher has more Scandinavian vibes to it. This to me had a little bit more Arabic, Celtic kind of a vibe to it. If I do have to think of a video game, it would have been Journey. But the E flat or the drone through and through, that's that thing, guys. You know as well as I do. It's the magic. It's that weird thing that there are instruments that have drones like bagpipes and Ulian pipes and all the other ones. where you have a drone going on. And there's just something magical about a drone where if you just subtly have something in the background that is keeping you centered, that you can just mystically dance around with it with a melody. And if you think about it, what the it sounded like it was a viola actually, but I'm going to say it was a viola. The viola was really just going. I didn't hear anything repetitive for me to kind of say, oh, that must be the hook. You know, but it is definitely a piece of music that makes you just go, oh yes, just I don't know. It could have been a violin too. I mean, I'm a little off right now because I'm kind of tripping a little bit. But yes, fortified okami. That's a really good way to put it. It has that sense of home in it. You know, whenever you have a song that has a very obvious pedal through it, it is a very grounding kind of chakra kind of vibe, if you would. I mean, I'm not, regardless of my shirt, I'm not, you know, a chakra meditator or anything like that, but I do know enough about it through, you know, music therapy and other studies and things I've been hired to do, you know, in the course of my composer's career, that there was always in that kind of meditative type of music, you always had some kind of pedal going or some kind of drone that was kind of keeping you kind of connected. So I like that kind of vibe about it being home, if you would. So A Coral Reefer, this was a great track. Put me in a spacey place. I'm so chill right now. Thanks, man. And that was a kind donation too. Thank you so much. SB, I'm with you, B. Hooty dooty. Let's see what SB would like. SB would like us to check out. Yes, this is definitely going to be a contrast here. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. This is called Weird World Awoke. And this was written by J.D. Vance. No, I'm sorry. This is, Psychedelic Porn Crumpet. And the name of the message is, Good Morning, Abba and the Kados. I love that so much. Abba and the Kados. New track from these guys. Sadly, no great video yet, but new album announcement was that it will be released the 14th of April. Will be interesting to see how much new stuff they play when I see them next. I love SB so much, how much you go out and see shows. I really, really, really do. I think that's phenomenal. Which is the day after Thornhill's new release. Oh my God, and I listened to that Thornhill track that we did the other day. Damn, I played it like 15 times while I was making my toast and getting toasted. So anyhow, let's do this. Let's see, this little gig pig is living her best life right now. That's what I love, SB. I love that. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. This is Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. The song is Weird World Awoke. Let's go.
I've reached the age where all of my idols are dead. There might be a few left, what a nightmare. I vicariously lived through these lot for so long, it's unfair. If I was catatonic, I said Lemmy did it. Whenever I snort ants, I think Ozzy did it. Mate, he's still alive. That's the kind of vitamins we need to exercise. Respect your ancients. The older generations had patience that we can't possess. We're collectively a mess.
I like the tube saturation on the voice. I love that.
And quite possibly World War III. Now you can't tell me that Granddad's not allowed to.
As a matter of fact, it almost sounds like most of the track has saturation. I love the vibe. This is giving me the vibe of that. What's that really unique bass player that's also in a band? He wears a hat. A very famous bass player. Not famous enough for me to remember, but Primus? Is that the name of the band? No, not Primus. Not sorry. Oh, nice. Yeah, Les Claypool's band. Yes, thank you. I love this. This is great. It's kind of pulling me back into some Beatles Yellow Submarine vibes. Yeah, the chord progressions are great. This is great. I love this. That kind of jerks up the vibe a bit. I like, that little cut time right here. What a great track, man. I didn't know what to expect because the last time we listened to the corn crumpets, Jesus, porn crumpets. God, I'm doy. Kind of a different kind of vibe there, but I loved this sound. I loved the mix. I loved everything about it. It sounded completely authentic, raw, old in a present time way of mixing and everything. The saturation though was really unique. I was trying to pin it. I said, okay, there's saturation on the voice. There's saturation in kind of like where the guitar mixes. The drums sounded clean. I was thinking for a second that maybe they saturated it in the mastering, because that's another trick that you can kind of do to add a little sizzle to it. But without a doubt, Mel Choir and some of us definitely are in tune in saying great chord changes, like giving us a lift in an otherwise area where they could have gone a whole different way. And that, to me, is when music... Look, guys, I think we can all agree one thing. When we're hanging out listening to music by ourselves, if it ever causes a physical reaction, that's a great thing. For me, it's obvious. I'm like, but if it really makes you just kind of, you're listening, you're just by yourself, and you're listening to stuff and it just makes you go, it's done its job. It also means you're really intuitively listening. I love the track. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. You know what, Lisa? Next time you go mosh, take a white t-shirt and you should put like Almond's name on it, because since he can't mosh or he doesn't mosh or he misses moshing. Or it might be really funny if you put an avocado. Abba and Nakados with a white t-shirt and go out and mosh and have somebody take a picture or something. I don't know. I'm just saying that would be kind of funny. Oh, shit. That would be so badass. That's what I'd be talking about. Oh, are we being mixed up again? I'm sorry. Lisa SB. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Oh, my God. Let me escape from this circular conversation of mine. Next up is The Driver. And then after this, I'm going to just take a short break, and then I'm picking it up. Now it'll be all fresh listens from today with Ginger and Lacrimosa and Judgment and Hot Chicken. Holy fuck. Oh my God. Scared the fuck out of me. My banana basket ditched. It fell down and just scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. I thought somebody was breaking into the house. Holy crap. So I'll clean that later. Dude, somebody's got to clip that. Scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, I screwed my form up and everything. I had my finger on the button and I pressed it too hard and it got a rash. Oh my God, I am such a... I'm sorry. JD Vance popped in. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Sorry. I'll clean that up on my next break. Okay, so anyhow, what I was saying was, yeah, I'm going to have to check the skids too. After this last song, I'm going to take a quick break, just get a little something to eat, and I'll be coming back with Ginger, Lacrimosa, Judgment, Hot Chicken in a Diaper, Lisa, 1 a.m., Hindenblur, DJ, Set S. Dixon, Chaotic Doll Horror, Midnight 99, and so on and so forth. So let's go for this last one here, which is The Driver. Let's go for The Driver. See what The Driver wants. All right. The Driver would like us to have served up to us a song called Circles Around the Sun by Dispatch. I'm sorry, my heart's still a little blah, 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 blah from that. This folksy rock track features in the 2012 reboot of Need for Speed, Most Wanted. It initially caught my ear driving in the game's more scenic routes. Upon further discovery, I found that the lyrics are sort of remind me of my younger brother who was diagnosed with mid to severe autism when he was 2. Whenever this song comes up, I'm reminded of him and his daily struggles and how, despite all, he still keeps a big old grin on his face. That's really cool. This one's for him. Oh, I love that. A shout out for your bro and everything. That's fantastic. Love you to the sun and back, bro. God, I love that, guys. You know what? We should make that a thing. That was so cool. We should make that a thing where if you have a shout out for somebody and then we do it and then you just say, hey, man, I dedicated something to you, somebody you love or something like that. That's so cool. Now I'm beginning to feel like a real radio station. All right. Wolfman Jack. No, I'm sorry. That's not me. I'm the avocado. Here we go. This is from The Driver. Let's do this. All right. Well, if it's someone you hate, knock yourself out. Oh, I like this. Good background vocals. I love that too. God, this is really great. I love it. It's an acoustic guitar organ kind of vibe. You notice the whole track has background vocals all the way through. I like the claps in the back. And they do what I love when bands do that. Just oohs and ahs melodically. There's the hook. There is a little dirt guitar back in there. God, I love the tone of the acoustic guitars on this. They're steel string, but they sound fantastic. And they're getting the beefcake in the mix, so. It's got a little bit of the I'm the Walrus background vocal vibes to it. Driver, that was great, man. That folksy rock vibe was mental. I loved it. Actually, it's a great way to go into my break really quick. But the whole vibe, and also another one of those tracks where from start to end, background vocals all the way, harmonies all the way through. It did give me a little bit of the Walrus vibes. I don't know why. Maybe it was just that kind of clutched or grouped kind of harmonies that we're going through. I love the subtleness of where the harmonica was placed in the mix, even when the harmonica had some more predominant lines and stuff. There was a little bit of a dirty guitar in the background for the most part, but this really was more of that folksy guitar, acoustic guitar vibe. And also there's that, with the drums like that just gives it that kind of signature vibe. But it was a super great track. Everybody here was nice and lit on it. I really enjoyed it. It made this first half of the stream.